I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. I'm fired up and I'm ready to go. This is the Billionaire Brown experience. Let's go.
How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? All right, so we're gonna, what time do we got? All right, 3:02. So my job in the next 58 minutes is to give you guys just I guess you could call it a blueprint on how to actually make money here with Ameriplan. Okay, so I want to actually start you guys off because this is a big business. Okay, you guys know Warren Buffett and Elon Musk, right? Yes. All right, so I was watching an interview with Warren Buffett, and this is when I really got excited about being in the industry that we're in. All right, Warren Buffett says that right now in America, 18 cents out of every American dollar is healthcare. I want us to really think about that, especially for those of you guys that go to church and you pay your tithe, right? 10% is a lot. In fact, 10% is so much, 10 cents on a dollar is so much, that 10 cents on a dollar is a reason why a lot of people actually don't tithe, because it's too much. It's like, whoa, I got to give away 10%? It's too much. So I really want us to grasp our head around this. The mechanics we're not really going to get into today, because that's what we have training for, right? You have all that stuff online for. But I really want you guys to really think about how big this industry is. 18 cents out of every single dollar spent in America right now is being put out from consumers towards healthcare. 18 cents on a dollar. 18 cents on a dollar. So what does that mean for us? That means that we have to figure out a way to get other people's money in our pockets. The money is out there, and it's being spent right where we want it to be spent. Carl said, what do we need? 2 hours a day? How can you pull off doing 2 hours a day, but making the type of income that you guys want to make? 18 cents out of every dollar people are paying for your industry. Those are good odds. I mean, if you go to Vegas or Atlantic City and if you have an 18% chance of actually winning, a lot of people is going to play those odds. So you're here at the right place at the right time, and you're definitely in the right industry. 18 cents on the dollar. People have the money. We just got to figure out how to get it from their bank accounts into our bank accounts. And the way that we are allowed to do that is through two services that we offer. All right, so we have the Dental Plus, and we have the Deluxe Plus. You guys already know you're going to get 40% on every Dental Plus that you sell, right? How much are the Dental Plus plans? Don't humble it now. What is it?
$24.95.
Let's act like y'all going to get 40% when y'all sell it, right? $24.95, right? How much is the Deluxe Plus?
$39.95.
There we go. Somebody wants some money out here. Everybody okay with making some more money, right?
Yes.
All right, excellent. So we get 40% on $24.95, $39.95. Remember, people are already paying 18 cents on the dollar for healthcare. So the name of the game is, your first step is to actually just sell 10 of them. 10 sales. You do 10 sales, what does that make you? A regional sales director, right?
Right.
What happens when you become a regional sales director?
Vested contract.
You get a life vested contract. Or you could sell 10 of these, right? What are some different ways that we can actually get the word out to these people that are paying 18 cents on the dollar? What are some different ways? We can do online, right?
Online, social media, networking.
You could do social media, right? And the reason why we want to highlight online as well as social media, does anybody know why?
There's a difference. You have your Craigslist, your traditional WRAL, your classifieds.
There you go. Okay, so what else can we do? We can do something called the 3-foot rule, right? Which you're going to hear one of our leaders talk about in a little bit. You can also talk about another way you can get the word out to these people that are putting out 18 cents on the dollar. You can get in front of them, are networking events, right? We're talking about expos. We're talking about those mind, body, and soul events. We're talking about flea markets even, right? Networking events. What's another way? Another way is what?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Powerful way.
Word of mouth, right? What's some other ways we can actually get the word out to these people already putting out 18 cents on a dollar? How can we let people know that we actually have affordable health care? Car magnets. I like that one. What you got, Joyce?
Testimonials from satisfied customers.
Testimonials. And that could just come through normal conversation. You could be getting your nails done, just telling a testimony. What's some other ways?
Mail outs.
Mail outs. Also we got some people doing home meetings. Inviting people to their house to do the presentation. 4 to 8 people, right?
Flyers, postcards.
Flyers.
Business cards.
Postcards.
Paraphernalia.
Business cards.
Wearable advertising.
What is it?
Wearable advertising.
Wearable. What's some other ones?
Buttons.
Buttons. What's some other ones?
PTAs, fundraisers.
PTAs. Fundraisers.
Road signs.
Oh, yard signs.
Yard
Those are
signs.
Really world.
Well, I guess when your income get up there, you can do media.
Media, right?
Oh yeah, bulletin boards.
Radio ads.
Radio, TV, commercial ads.
TVs. Oh, TV. What's some other ways?
We have classifieds.
Classifieds. Chamber of Commerce. All right, so I think that's a good amount for us to actually just base this on. So these are the different ways, right? People are out there. We just got to do our job to make sure that they know what we have. You guys know what we do, right? In short, you guys know how people can't really afford health care?
Right.
We simply help people have access to affordable health care.
Right.
And we can do it in a, oh, you know what? One of my prospects actually, y'all know door to door, right? Believe it or not, some people like doing door to door. Y'all remember Paul Mitchell? I know the ladies do, right? Paul Mitchell started out doing door to door with those Paul Mitchell products. Door to door. 18 cents on a dollar. 18 cents, those are great numbers right there. Is that exciting?
Yes.
Did you guys already know this?
No.
No? 18 cents on a dollar. This is our industry that we're in. All right. The next thing that we want to talk about just really quickly, spend a bulk of our time here before we bring up we're going to have a little panel for you guys. Personal development. We got to get our mind right.
Yes.
We got to get our mind right. All right, so personal development. This is basically, is anybody not familiar with personal development? Anybody not familiar with personal development, or does everybody know?
No, I don't know.
You don't know what personal development is? Thank you. Okay, so what personal development is It's basically, the easiest way I can explain it is, let's just make a list of scale from 0 to 10, right? 0 meaning, this is, personal development is basically you rating yourself. Like, how valuable are you as a person? We already know how we rate other people. That's the easy job, right? Whether it's our family members, our friends, our coworkers, we know how to rate people, right? They're great. They're terrible. They're lazy. They're not, right? So what the essence of what personal development is, it's giving you as an individual an opportunity to rate yourself. The cool thing about personal development is an action, right? It's an ongoing action. So there is no wrong number. The only wrong thing about when you rate yourself personally, the only wrong thing is to rate yourself wrongfully. I'll explain. So let's say let's say you're really a 5. Like, let's say you're pretty lazy, you go through a lot of depression, let's say you suffer from some mental health issues, right? And let's say you're not willing to allow people to coach you. Let's say you have all these things, right? Now, if you're really a 5, but you put on this aura about yourself that you're a 10, that's a problem. But there's nothing wrong with being a 5 and actually being a 5. Well, you may say, well, of course I need to act like a 10. And here's where I tell you it happens, because personal development, like I said, it's an ongoing thing that never ends, right? So here's what typically happens. If someone's a 5, naturally, what happens is, if you're in a room of 100 people, right? There's going to be people from all different numbers in a room full of 100 people. There's going to be some 0s. There's going to be some 2s. There's going to be some 10s, right? In every room. A 5 is typically, naturally going to gravitate towards the 4s, the 3s, and the 2s, and the 1s, and the 0s. Why would they do that? Because all of us, if not disciplined, we have an urge to feel like a 10. And the only way a 5 can be a 10 is if they are hanging around 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s. See, a 5 that understands that they're a 5 through personal development, through evaluating themselves, a 5 that accepts that they're a 5, but they want to get to a 10 one day. If you put them in a room full of 100 people, they're going to look for the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s. Now, why wouldn't a normal person do this? Normal person would do this because a 5, you have to humble yourself. Because 6s ain't going to let you act like a 10. 7s ain't going to, if you're not a 10. So this is in my way of explaining personal development. This is what it is. It's being a 5 and knowing you're a 5 and being okay with a 5, because you can always become a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how do you do that? You do that by humbling yourself and actually getting around 6s, 7, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Everybody understand that? Okay, any questions? Okay, so with personal development, I'm going to give you some tools, especially you, Margaret, because you were courageous enough to actually say you're not familiar with personal development. So it goes another level deeper, right? Personal development, it's actually something that you need to master, right? It's called self-mastery. You need to master ourselves, right? So there's a few different ways that you can actually partake in personal development. And I'm just going to give you guys a few. So you can partake in personal development through books, through magazines, you can get it auditory, right? You can get it through YouTube. You can get it from podcasts. You can get it on social media. You can partake in personal development online. Seminars.
Turn your car into a mobile classroom.
Mobile university. Right? So let me give you guys, I'm going to throw out some authors so you guys can get familiar with it.